After age 75, something dangerous begins to happen inside your muscles. You can eat eggs every morning, you can drink protein shakes, you can think you're doing everything right and still lose strength month after month, because the problem isn't always how much protein you eat, it's whether your aging muscle cells can still respond to it. And in a moment, I am going to show you the one fruit that researchers believe may help reactivate dormant muscle repair cells in adults over 75. But first, you need to understand what's actually going wrong. After 70-75, the body develops something called anabolic resistance. That means your muscle fibers become less sensitive to protein signals, especially the amino acid leucine that normally triggers muscle protein synthesis, the same breakfast that maintained your strength at 55 may barely stimulate growth at 75. I'm Dr. Robert Anderson, and over the years I've reviewed imaging scans of older adults who were consuming adequate protein on paper, yet still losing measurable muscle mass annually. Why? Because aging muscle is not just underfed, it's inflamed, it's underoxygenated, and its cellular signaling pathways are blunted. That's where specific fruits become interesting, not because they replace protein, but because they enhance how your body uses it. Today I'll walk you through 5 fruits ranked from supportive to most powerful that may amplify muscle response after 75, and number 2 is what surprises most patients. Fruit number 5, jackfruit. It looks exotic, oversized, almost intimidating. But here's what matters. 1 cup of jackfruit provides modest protein, about 2-3 grams. That alone won't build muscle, but its amino acid profile is unusually balanced for a fruit. More importantly, it delivers potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6 in meaningful amounts. Why does that matter? Potassium regulates muscle contraction. Magnesium supports ATP production, your cellular energy currency. Vitamin B6 is required to convert dietary protein into usable muscle tissue. Without adequate B6, amino acids can't be efficiently incorporated into muscle fibers. And that's where many seniors fall short. Small deficiency, big consequence. Now here's the key. Jackfruit is not a replacement for eggs or chicken. It's a metabolic enhancer, added alongside protein, not instead of it. Because the next fruit goes even further by addressing something called inflammaging. Fruit number 4, guava. This one is underestimated. A single guava contains about 4 grams of protein, but again, protein content isn't the main story. Guava is rich in vitamin C and quercetin. Quercetin is a flavonoid studied for its anti-inflammatory effects, and chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the primary drivers of sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. Inflammation interferes with TOR signaling, the central pathway responsible for muscle protein synthesis. When inflammation stays elevated, muscle-building signals get muted. Guava helps lower that inflammatory burden. It also supports collagen formation. Collagen isn't just for skin, it reinforces tendons and connective tissue, the structural framework that allows muscles to generate force safely. Weak collagen means higher injury risk. Stronger framework means better force transmission. Now, quick question for you. Do you feel weaker today than you did 2 years ago? If the answer is yes, stay with me, because the next fruit addresses oxygen delivery, and that changes everything. Fruit number 3, dried mulberries. Here's where physiology gets interesting. Dried mulberries contain iron, and iron carries oxygen in your bloodstream via hemoglobin. Without sufficient oxygen, muscle mitochondria cannot produce ATP efficiently. Low ATP equals low endurance. Low endurance equals less stimulus. Less stimulus equals more muscle loss. It becomes a vicious cycle. Mulberries also contain resveratrol, a compound studied for activating SIRT1 pathways associated with mitochondrial efficiency. As we age, mitochondrial density declines, energy output drops. Resveratrol appears to support mitochondrial biogenesis, meaning it may help maintain cellular energy production, and energy is the foundation of muscle preservation. Because without energy, repair cannot happen. But now we're about to shift gears. Because fruit number 2 doesn't just support muscle function, it changes nutrient absorption at the cellular level. Fruit number 2, avocado. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and for aging muscles, it may be one of the most strategic additions to your plate. A medium avocado contains roughly 4 grams of protein, but that's not the headline. The real power lies in its monounsaturated fats. Your muscle cells are surrounded by lipid membranes. As we age, these membranes stiffen. When membranes stiffen, nutrient transport becomes less efficient. Amino acids struggle to enter the cell, signal transduction weakens. Monounsaturated fats help restore membrane fluidity. Better membrane fluidity means improved nutrient uptake. Improved uptake means stronger anabolic signaling. A large longitudinal study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society observed that older adults who consumed avocado multiple times per week maintained better physical function over time. Correlation isn't causation, but the mechanism makes biological sense. Healthy fats improve insulin sensitivity. Better insulin sensitivity enhances amino acid transport into muscle cells. Now pause for a second, because the number one fruit on this list doesn't just improve signaling, it may influence muscle regeneration directly. Fruit number 1: dried apricots. This is where research becomes particularly intriguing. Dried apricots provide potassium, iron, beta-carotene, and polyphenols. Potassium supports neuromuscular function, helping regulate contraction signals. Iron improves oxygen transport. Beta-carotene functions as an antioxidant, protecting muscle cells from oxidative damage. But what caught researchers' attention were certain polyphenolic compounds that may influence muscle satellite cells. Satellite cells are muscle stem cells. They sit dormant until needed for repair. After age 70, satellite cell activation declines significantly. When activation declines, recovery slows. Muscle shrinkage accelerates. Emerging research suggests that specific antioxidant combinations may help create a more favorable environment for satellite cell activation by reducing oxidative stress and improving cellular signaling. That does not mean apricots are magic, but they may support the internal conditions required for repair. And that's a powerful distinction, because muscle preservation after 75 is not about one miracle food. It's about stacking advantages: lower inflammation, better circulation, improved membrane function, stronger mitochondrial output, reduced oxidative stress. When you combine adequate protein with these supportive nutrients, you give aging muscle a fighting chance. Here's what I want you to remember. Don't stop eating eggs, don't abandon protein, but understand this: after 75, protein alone may not be enough. Your muscles need better signaling, better circulation, better cellular health. Add these fruits strategically alongside resistance activity. Even light chair exercises or walking. Because the real goal isn't bigger muscles, it's independence. It's standing up without assistance, climbing stairs confidently, preventing falls. Your muscles are still listening. You just have to send a stronger signal. And if you're serious about protecting your strength as you age, the next step is understanding how nighttime muscle breakdown silently accelerates after 70. That's where most people make the most dangerous mistake, and that's what I'll break down next.